Hello everyone, my name is Justin. We're back here with this hotel. So I have a topic to talk about today, or else I wouldn't be here. Essentially. So today we're going to talk about a little bit of sports news. I don't know if you guys like sports or not. So we're not going to be doing anything exciting, but talking. So, like, if you want to just leave, then you can. But I'm be talking about Patrick Kane and his police investigation. If you're interested, then you can stay and watch, essentially. But if you don't know who Patrick Kane is, he's a hockey player that plays for the Chicago Blackhawks in the National Hockey League. Has 3 Stanley Cups. He's only 27, I believe. Yeah, he has a great career. He's one of the better people on the team, if not the best. And he's under investigation by New York police. He lives in Buffalo, if you didn't know that. And he's been allegedly accused of rape. Unfortunately, he has been accused of rape. That was more than 2 weeks ago. So let's get this straight. There is no charges that have been filed. Okay. So we can't just assume he did it, but we can't just assume he didn't, essentially. Now, a little bit more of Patrick Kane. He just signed. His new contract is starting, where he's getting $10.5 million a year, which is a lot for a hockey player. So, what happens if he is guilty? Let's just say that real fast. His career is pretty much ruined. He'll be put in jail, presumably. Maybe his contract will be terminated, and no team will probably ever sign him again if he's a rapist. So, he had such a good career. I would like to think he wouldn't rape someone, but you just never know. So here's the story of what the victim is saying. Now keep in mind, doesn't mean it's true. She is saying she was out partying at a bar with Patrick Kane present. It's been confirmed he was at that bar, okay? He supposedly invited her and her friend, which is also a girl, back to his house, okay, and he followed her into one of the rooms and raped her, supposedly. Doesn't sound very detailed, but then again, if you have been raped, you're probably not gonna tell the whole details. I mean, she doesn't seem to be concerned about telling any details. She doesn't seem to be, like, embarrassed or anything, which is another reason why, presumably, what if it isn't real? Okay. So new details have been released, that supposedly a friend of Patrick Kane's was an undercover police officer. He was the one who drove them back to Kane's house, and he claims that it was everyone's in agreement. So we know he definitely did not give her a drug, and we know he didn't force her to come back with him. So that clears that up. Doesn't mean he didn't rape her, okay? But it helps the story a little bit. Another thing that kind of gets me kind of suspicious here is, where was her friend at when she was being raped? He followed her in her room and raped her. What was it, like a 3-second rape? Or, like, I'm confused. I feel she would have been screaming and her friend would hear. There was nothing about her friend breaking it up or running in there. So where was their friend at during this whole incident? Just chilling on the couch? I don't know. That's another kind of sketchy thing. Let's also talk about Patrick Kane's past, okay? He has been in trouble with the law. She probably knows that, okay? He was pled guilty to assaulting a taxi driver back in, I think it was 2009, okay? So she knows that people could believe it because he's been in trouble with the law, which is a good reason why she could just say it happened, okay? she might be looking for like a payout settlement. Like, I don't know, maybe Patrick Kane didn't do it, but if he feels like maybe that she could put up some kind of made up case that might actually work, then he could maybe pay her out. Okay. Really, I think she's just trying to ruin his career. I don't think he did it, honestly. I don't. 3-time Stanley Cup champion, why would you ruin that? I'm not saying he didn't. He could have very well, easily. But I don't think he has done that, honestly. Not just because he's one of my favorite players. It just, there's a lot of stuff that's not adding up, okay? They claim they do have a rape kit, okay? But no charges have been filed yet. I don't know if it takes this long for DNA results or not. You know, I in like TV shows, not like real TV shows like Cold Justice where they send DNA, it takes a few days to get back. So I don't know if it's just a long process or something, or if that shows a little bit stretching the truth, or if this lab takes longer, if there's like a backlog or something. But either way, she claims there's a rape kit, so when we get those results, that'll probably tell us our answer. No details have been released on whether he used any sort of protection or not, so if DNA would show or not. So if you're him, you just have to, if you did it, then you just have to hope you get lucky with a good lawyer or something. And if he didn't do it, then he needs to just lay low. You know, he still got his day with the Stanley Cup. He had to spend it privately with family, so he couldn't take it to any sick kid hospitals or anything. So that kind of sucks. But he did get to spend his day with the Stanley Cup. And let's talk about now, what would the NHL do if he's proven guilty? Would they terminate his contract? Or would they keep it and he'd have to serve jail time and then still be under contract? And what would Chicago do? Like, you don't want to have a rapist on your team, that's for sure. And so it's just a sucky situation for him, honestly. I don't remember any other players of any sport. Well, maybe, but I don't remember any other hockey players that were convicted of rape, so I don't know what would happen. But that's pretty much, I'm trying to think of what else I'd want to talk about here. Trying to think of other details and stuff that has been released. Gosh darn it. And even now, even if he isn't, if no charges are filed, people are still, you know, the fans, not fans of him, but fans of other team are still going to always be like, yeah, well, you have a rapist on your team, even though no charge has been filed. It could still very well hurt his career in a way. Okay? So that's what, you know, really sucks, is when people do things like this. That's what happens. I know Ben Roethlisberger, the football quarterback, was accused of rape a while ago. I mean, I still hear people say, well, yeah, Ben had a good lawyer. That's some of the reason he's not in jail for raping. And although that could be true, I don't know. But that's pretty much what has been going on. As far as I know, no other news has been released. Okay. And we're just hoping the best. Tell me in the comments if you think Patrick Kane did rape the girl. I'd like to think he didn't, but I don't know. We won't know till the results are back, I guess, to be honest. And even if they are negative, doesn't mean he didn't do it, by the way. So we're just have to wait on charges if they ever come. Is that, do I want it to be any longer? Because it's gonna be like a tower. Say I leave it like that. Would that be long enough? Or do we add one more on each side, I'm thinking. So I'm just gonna add these here. If I think of anything else, I'm gonna talk about it. If I don't, then I'm just gonna be sitting here just doing this video when these two are done here. I'm not gonna do this whole build on camera, guys. It's just I haven't had any time to work on it because of my new Hunger Games project I've been working hard on. Okay, so whenever I have some free time, I will come on. If I have a topic to talk about, and that's when I'm gonna record. I'm really excited for this build right here, because when I was building a similar hotel to this in the first time I tried this, it was going pretty good the inside. So this is going to be the end right here. It's going to be a very big building. I just hope I can make it taller than it is wide, because that's the goal, but there is a block limit at some point. So that's why I don't want to make it too wide. I hope you guys are excited about the new Hunger Games map. I definitely am. I'm actually motivated to work on it some. Now let's just add it on. Now let's just add 2 more of these little things on this side, and we will be completo with the facade. Well, the first 2 floors facade. Or do we want this to be the lobby? Do we want it to be like a huge, tall, elegant lobby?